What's up, guys? It's Josh back with another video, and I got some breaking news that I wanted to put out there. It's cyber news as usual, and I wanted to talk about the data breach that happened at GoDaddy. So I saw this article. I said, let me just hop right on it and go on and put out a video for people that are unaware of this. So let's hop to it. And before we get started, I want you guys to go on and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, I definitely appreciate it. I'm trying to build up this KeepItTechie community by getting my videos out to as many people as possible. And also shout out to all my members as well as my Patreon subscribers. I definitely appreciate it. I gotta get back on producing some content over there for you guys. I definitely appreciate it. But the main purpose of the Patreon is to support the channel, and I definitely appreciate it. But this article is from TechCrunch, and as you can see, it says GoDaddy says data breach exposes over 1 million user accounts, and this was posted yesterday. But anyway, let's hop right into it. It says web hosting giant GoDaddy has reported a data breach and warns that data of 1.2 million customers may have been accessed. And this definitely sucks for me because I've used GoDaddy for a number of years as a hosting provider. I recently got rid of them, let's say about 2 years ago, and I started moving domains and all that stuff. And mainly I only use them to purchase domains. I never hosted on GoDaddy's hosted servers. So maybe I'm not at risk because I never put any of my websites up there. But it says right here, in a filing with the Security and Exchange Commission, GoDaddy Chief Information Security Officer Demetrius Combs said the company detected unauthorized access to its systems where it hosts and manages its customers' WordPress servers. Oh, okay, so it kind of only affects people that host it, I'm assuming. I mean, let's just keep reading. It may include people that have purchased domains as well. But it says WordPress is a web-based content management system used by millions to set up blogs or a website. GoDaddy lets customers host their own WordPress installs on their servers. GoDaddy said the unauthorized person used a compromised password to get access to GoDaddy's systems around September 6th. So this has been lingering around there since September 6th, and they just now discovering it based on what they're saying last week on November 17th. So it's crazy. These people had unauthorized access to that server for over 2 months, a little over 2 months. So that's definitely crazy. Now it says it's not clear if the compromised passwords was protected with two-factor authentication, which it probably wasn't. A lot of times two-factor authentication does mitigate some of the risks of people getting into it, but it's not an absolute when it comes to protecting your account. Now it says the filing said the breach affected 1.2 million active and inactive managed WordPress users who had their email addresses and customer numbers exposed. Yeah, that definitely sucks right there. They got your email addresses and all that stuff. Now it says GoDaddy said this exposure could put users at greater risk of phishing attacks. The web host also said that the original WordPress admin password created when WordPress was first installed, which could be used to access a customer's WordPress server, was also exposed. So, that sucks right there. So if someone, and based on my knowledge of WordPress, when you set up WordPress on any of these services like GoDaddy or HostGator, they have those one-click installs, and a lot of times it just generates a random password for your WordPress site for the admin account. Now, if you set up one of these or whatever and didn't actually log into the server after actually setting it up, and it's just sitting out there, then I'm assuming that's what they're talking about with the admin password, being created. I guess they got a hold of that database that generates that, or that holds the admin passwords in some way, and that will allow people to get into your WordPress server. Now, it also says the company said that active customers had their SFTP credentials for file transfer and the username and password for their WordPress databases, which store all the user's content exposed in the breach. Now, that's really crazy right there. Because if you didn't know, WordPress is a content management system. It has a database that runs in the background. You need PHP as well, but it has a database, a MySQL database most of the time, that's running in the background that stores all the credentials of the WordPress sites. So when you set up your admin account, and the reason I know this because I've had to fix websites in the past, and a lot of times the admin password may have gotten lost or something like that, and all you have to do is go into the MySQL database and you can just change the password within the database, and that'll allow you to access the server. Let's say if you forget that admin password, like I'm saying. Well, that's definitely a security hole, because if they can get into the database and just change passwords as they see fit, then they can even lock you out of your own WordPress site. But it also says in some cases the customer's SSL, and that's the private key, the HTTPS private key, was exposed, which if abused could allow attackers to impersonate a customer's website or service. Now this is crazy. I work for a business, and that's how they purchase their certs, and they purchase them through GoDaddy. I remember seeing documentation on how they purchase the certs, and I always looked at them like, man, this is crazy. You guys are spending all that money when you can get a SSL cert for free, from GoDaddy, because this was a service that GoDaddy provided. GoDaddy provides a whole lot of extra services that you have to pay good money for, and a lot of times it applies to businesses, which they just budget that into what they have to pay in order to keep things going. But you can actually set up an SSL cert for free. But anyway, if that was exposed as well, that's definitely bad. Like I said, you can impersonate a customer's website by using a valid cert on your website. And then it says GoDaddy said it resets customers' WordPress passwords and private keys, and in process of issuing new SSL certs. So they are working on fixing this. And it says the web host has more than 20 million customers worldwide. Dan Race, a spokesperson for GoDaddy, declined to comment, citing the company's ongoing investigation. So this is very bad for GoDaddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically my commentary on this article. I saw this, I was like, man, I gotta move this up. It's something I could talk about and let people know, or make people aware that stuff like this is going on every day. And that's why cybersecurity is an important industry that a lot of people, I think, need to take advantage of and get into, so we can start protecting things like this and stopping data breaches like this, because it affects a lot of people, and it may affect yourself, what I'm saying, by your information getting out there. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, go down and leave comments down in the comments below. And I also want to hear what you guys have to say about this breach, so definitely add that to the comments as well. But of course, keep it techie.